Redfall developer Arcane Austin, Mighty Doom developer Alpha Dog Studios, and Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks have all been closed, and within the same month confirmed that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be available day one on Game Pass. Say goodbye to your favorite game developers and hello to the new Call of Duty because you're getting it for free even if you don't want it. Xbox has been dubbed the best value in gaming from many different sources over the years, but to the customers, Xbox Game Pass is a fantastic software solution for entertainment, not necessarily longevity. And the entire company of Microsoft and Xbox is having a few issues with figuring out how to run a software company as an entertainment company. They've pretty much taken what Adobe and Netflix do, and that is to charge the consumer a monthly fee for pretty much all the software that they need and or want at a given time. Now, this makes sense from a business standpoint, but that's not how it went down. So let's think. The Microsoft executives. Well, let's revamp our company by having a monthly model that's less upfront for the consumer, but is paid out for longer, which means we'll make more money in the long run. And the Xbox executives were like, well, that sounds great, but how do we do that? We need to have engaging content and games that the consumer is interested in. So can everyone not be working on Call of Duty? You could see that this strategy they've chosen to take is quite poor, short-sighted, and in line with something like an application-based company, not an entertainment company. But before we get into that, let's have some supporting story. They've recently just shut down Arcane Austin, Alpha Dog Studios, and Tango Gameworks, in addition to moving an entire staff over to different projects from another studio, taking people who know how to make games that people are interested in and have a track record of doing so, and putting them out on the street for making content that people are happy with. Now, this is an obvious boneheaded move by the people at Microsoft and Xbox, but what they don't see is that they're choosing these titles and seeing them as software and not pieces of entertainment and culture, which that's how everyone else views them. This made the people at the top decide, okay, we just made a big purchase of a bunch of other studios and confirmed that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be available day one on Game Pass. And we're sort of out of money to keep feeding all these other companies that we've just purchased. So the ones working on smaller projects, you get rid of them. And if they're not going to turn $1 in the next quarter, let's get rid of those two and put all of our eggs into, a bigger basket. Now, this totally makes sense for a company that's making products like Internet Explorer. Let's cut it down, rebrand it, move a ton of people off of it, and then just shove it back out there as basically the same product. Well, Microsoft Edge aside, people don't like that when you do that with entertainment. Imagine if executives were disappointed on how Toy Story 2 sold in box office. Even though people liked it, they're going to decide to take that same idea of toys being alive, try to make a different franchise out of it, but with the same IP. In addition to that, making the people who made it originally make the new idea, but not the one that they shepherd. People would be really upset. The people working on it would be upset. The people consuming the content would be upset. And no one would buy it. And then all of the sales executives would be all confused, being like, why didn't anyone buy this? It sold kind of okay and we rebranded it, so why doesn't it selling better? We're all confused over here. This is currently what's happening over on the Xbox ecosystem, and the problem is we as gamers are still getting a pretty good deal with Xbox Game Pass. So what's the problem? And while we are enjoying the perks of Game Pass, Xbox is still a software publisher, treating this as a service that people use and don't realize that it's a service that people actually enjoy. People spending their free time and money playing these works of art because they enjoy stories and the captivation that games provide. So this makes Microsoft and Xbox a very confusing entity for me right now. They're managing their entire company, well, the Xbox division of this and gaming, as a software company. Something like they're treating the developers like they're making another version of Microsoft PowerPoint or slapping another piece of program into Microsoft 365 for people to use, and when they upgrade it and change it a little bit, no one cares. Or they can it because it's not doing well, no one cares because it's a tool. They're treating this like a toolbox and not a bin of your favorite movies. And that's where I think the big disconnect for their franchise is. So for me, I hope they realize that the consumers are unhappy with the choices they've made, but that they do have a good ecosystem that people do want to pay for. They just need to treat the people who do well and the games that the people love with more respect. Because right now, if you don't think they're going to hammer the rest of Bethesda into the ground for new games, oh, we gotta talk, buddy. So if this gets through to anyone, I really hope that Xbox starts treating its software as works of art, media, and culture, and not just another tool that they're going to cram into Microsoft 365. Because the players are here and willing to pay for game passes. You just need to take care of the people who make the great things. And we as the consumers will suck down that new version of Call of Duty if we really have to. And we'll play it because it's free on Game Pass. If you think Xbox is out of touch and you need to let me know, drop it down in the comment section below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on all the matters and what is actually happening, because I still think they do have a pretty good deal on games, but they need to start treating their own like media developers and not something else. So if you like this, if you like Xbox Game Pass, or if you like playing games on handhelds, take a look at these other videos here, because I've got them. They smell like roses. Xbox Game Pass roses. And, you know, Call of Duty's coming out like they do all the time. And somebody's got to play them. So watch these videos while you play them. So you're not that bored. All right, Davey out.